Hey there, YouTube! Welcome to my Let's Play. So, I'm making this video mainly in the purposes of demonstrating a new shotgun I made, but also in the prospects of making some announcements and doing that kind of stuff. Ooh. So anyway, as for announcements, my Doom Space Marine channel has now been divided up into 3 separate hub channels. One is going to be a general announcements for both my Doom Space Marine stuff and my Boomtown Hero stuff. The other one will be my Doom Space Marine account, which all of my gaming stuff, Let's Plays, not just Doom, mind you, but primarily Doom at this point because I'm working heavily on my mods and whatnot, will be on that channel. And then my Boomtown Hero channel is all of my music from, I don't even know, like 2010 to now. I'll be slowly working on updating that YouTube channel with, a couple songs a week. And so, yeah, I've got, anywhere from electro, techno, complextro. I had some weird attempts at some experimental stuff. I made a couple orchestral pieces that I put a lot of work into, and then you'll also find some recordings when I play piano, whatnot, that kind of stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to announce that. If you haven't subscribed to those 2 channels, be sure to do so if you're a subscriber on my main channel, just to get an update when those things are, something new's added, whatnot. And if you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. So anyway, this Let's Play is going to be a little bit different than some of them out there. This one's showcasing, of course, the shotgun I made. But I'm actually going to do something a little bit out of the ordinary. I am going to do a single weapon run-through of Doom 1 Episode 1. Which, as you can see fairly quickly, this gun is more than efficient to complete the job. So yeah, with that, sit back, enjoy the ride, and don't mind if I talk your ear off. So anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk about today, let's think about this. There are chainsaws in Doom. Okay, we got it. Doom 3 pokes fun at this. Doom 4 even takes a whack at it. There is, plenty in-game lore that just makes you scratch your head. Was the UAC a legitimate corporation or just a bunch of idiots running a circus? So, according to Doom 3, the guy orders something and he gets chainsaws instead. And it's like, the guy's not happy about it. You find it in a PDA message on Doom 3. So, okay, cool. I got that. It was a mistake. It wasn't the right order. Okay, awesome. But okay, let's take this the other... Let's just say, hypothetically, somebody intentionally ordered chainsaws at the UAC. Well, what would they use them for? Oh my gosh, capers. He just went splat. But anyway, what would they use them for? Okay, so here's what I was thinking in my head. If they colonize Mars in our actual time period, people, the first thing that they would try to do is get water on them, get arbitoriums with climate-controlled environments for plants to grow, and, really start to make an atmosphere on Mars through, trees, whatever it needs to take to release oxygen into that atmosphere. So, let's just say the UAC potentially grows trees in arbitoriums. Let's face it, the UAC is, 100 years, 200 years in the future, so they have all the technology needed to do so. Is it necessary, though? And that's where my, dilemma even thickens. So think about it this way. Sure, they could grow trees in Mars. And sure, they might need a chainsaw to cut them down and whatnot. But that's just a chainsaw. If you're going to be fabricating cabinets, stuff like that, they've already got manufacturing processes that are legitimately far superior to whatever we may have today. May I remind you, like I said, UAC is 200 years in the future. That's out there future. And let's face it, look at this base. You see computers everywhere, you see circuitry. Look at Doom 4, look at Doom 3. It's all just grim tech. It's technology everywhere. There is no sign of real organic stuff anymore. Okay, Doom 4, I don't remember if there was like plants and whatnot. I think there was in some laboratories. I believe actually in the one where you destroy all the Argent filters, you actually have a whole lab that has plants. So they got plants, cool. But I didn't once see a tree. So that makes me think that they're beyond wooden manufacturing. They are able to efficiently, without strapping resources, to use metals to various capacities. So there's literally no use for a chainsaw on Mars. And so, I don't know, it was just one of those dives down the rabbit hole of why. So, anyway, not getting too heavy into that. Let's just move on from that, because that could be a whole can of worms that everybody's got, you know, a different lore or whatnot that they think that, you know, like, here, let me legitimately ask a question. So if you had a thought when you were a kid or young adult playing this game about why a chainsaw was on Mars, shoot it down in the comments down below, because my goodness, that is just goofy. So moving on, as you can see, I'm trying to hit on as many secrets as I can. I'm trying not to miss, you know, what I can help to. So let's talk about that secret that was found like a year and a half ago or whatever. I think it was like 2016, the last secret in the Doom series was found. So this guy was apparently playing Doom 2, and it was on one of the really extensively large levels. And this level had, you know, made people wonder, okay, how the heck do we find this secret? For years. I mean, I don't remember even how many years it was out of its release. It was like 20 years out of Doom 2's release. This secret was finally found. I mean, talk about delayed. So anyway, this, you know, every secret on Doom to that point was super straightforward. You go through a certain sector, you open a certain door, you jump through a certain set of hoops, like in the next level where you get to the secret level, and you find these secrets, and you get them counted towards the percentage at the end of the level. But this other one was just so weird, and it wasn't conventional in any way, because instead of it being like it used to be, where you just press a button, go through a door, or you trigger a set of sectors that open a door when you walk past them, that stuff, you legitimately had to get bumped into this thing by... Okay, I'm trying to remember how this opened. You had to legitimately bump into this thing by getting bumped into by an enemy. It was super convoluted, and it's legitimately this guy was doing I think he was doing a video or something, or he was just playing on his own time, and all of a sudden he got bumped into it by, I don't remember if it was a Cacodemon or Pain Elemento, and he found this secret that everybody had been looking for 20 years. I'm like, there was some real, I just have to wonder, how much were they just like, dudes, let's just make this secret that nobody's gonna find for 30 years, you know, and they did it. Or, who knows, maybe it was somebody making a map that was like, oh crud, I accidentally included the secret, don't know if anybody's ever gonna find it, but okay, let's just push it to release. Like, I don't even know how this thing was made, and I think that there's something out there that was a statement, but I don't remember by the developers themselves, and I think it was intentional, but I may be representing them wrong. But yeah, it was just like, holy cow, this thing is existing, and it's a thing. So this secret was finally found, and it was a big deal. But yeah, I mean, talk about who knew. So another subject, you know, you saw the shotgunners. I play like a spaz, so I generally am moving way too fast, trying to dodge stuff. But one of the things that you'll notice in my playstyle is that if I can help to, if I'm getting overwhelmed by shotgun guys, they're the first guys I take out. There's a very real reason for why this is, and that is because with hit scan enemies, you are in their direct line of fire, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna take damage, and depending on how close, depending on how far, depending on how many bullets hit you, you're gonna take damage. So I've realized with the shotgunners, you get a full blast from the shotgun with 0 armor. I mean, it can brutalize your health. I mean, I was, you know, full armor earlier in a playthrough, and I got shot by a shotgunner, plus it took 30 health away. And so it's one of those things where it's just like, there is a ton that can go wrong if you don't hit the little guys. And that's one of the things I've noticed the most happens in this game, is when I am playing and I decide to run into the room, it's not usually the big guys that kill me. It's all the little guys shooting all their hit scan projectiles. So what I take upon myself to do generally at that point is I will usually go in and kill all the hit scan enemies, especially the shotgunners, because you know, there's actually a corner up here when you get across this big divide up here that they just try and corner you with a whole bunch of shotgunner guys, and you're not expecting it. It just destroys you. Get out of here. Oh, that was great. Way to blow myself up into a pit. So, the corner I'm referring to in question is right here. There's a shotgun around this corner, and there's a shotgun around this corner. The biggest thing you can do to help yourself is make sure he's dead before you trigger all these other guys. Because if you don't watch yourself, they can mess you up hardcore. So, this level is the one I am going to take my leave on. There is, speaking of secrets, a entrance to a secret level on this level. And that secret entrance, I was just getting through all these guys to up my percentages and whatnot. You know, if I'm going to actually do a legitimate playthrough, we got to make some things that, you know, we got to get through the level. I'm talking about surviving through the whole game eventually, and in time I'm making a series with all the episodes with a shotgun alone here. This is episode 1. But it's doing pretty well so far, but, you know, later on when we get to where we're getting killed by a whole bunch of things, it might get harder. But I'm a completionist, so, you know, just leaving enemies alive is not my style. So I'm going to go through and collect whatever items I can, and then I'll get us to that secret level. Let me see, there we go. It's a sector-based one. Let's jump up here, collect all the goodies. Nothing great up here. Okay. No enemies. Oh, there was some items in here, though. Okay, so let's make our way back this way. There's still some enemies to kill, still some things to do here. I think, yeah, I forgot about that. I entirely forgot this secret existed. I heard a door, and I saw it, and I ran for it. Wow. So you can't even 100% this level if you actually don't go through and kill all them anyway. Sneaky, sneaky. Nothing new there, okay. I entirely forgot that secret existed. Goes to show you can always learn something new here. So anyway, getting through this level here. But yeah, you know, Doom has been a large part of my life. When I was younger, not necessarily a kid, but a younger adult, I spent a lot of time messing around with mods, you know, back before there was the advances of some of the really, really substantial stuff they've done with Decorate and Z-Script. This thing's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get to. But yeah, when I was a kid, you know, I remember this, I forgot what the thing was even called, but there was a super old WAD editor, and I don't even remember what it was called, but I used to use it all the time for sprites, and I would go in and mess with the Decorate. But at first it was just sprite modding, you know, back in early 2000s, that's all Doom was sprite dehack patches. So anyway, later in the 2000s, I stumbled upon what used to be called believe it was called Slumped. It was a predecessor to Slade, and Slumped was a WAD and lump editor, and it allowed for deeper manipulation than this WAD editor I was using, to a high extensive degree. And once I actually got to utilizing that, I was like, hey, this decorate stuff's pretty cool. Back in the later 2000s, so like 2009, 10, I stumbled upon Beautiful Doom, and I was like, wow, I don't remember if it was that early, but it was like right when it released. I was like, wow, this actually does a lot for Doom. It added some gore scripts, it added some stuff like that, and I, at that point, had no idea that Brutal Doom existed, which is also an outstanding mod. But yeah, so then, you know, I kind of took a break from Doom and whatnot, and then I came back, and all of a sudden I'm stumbling upon things like Project Brutality and stuff, and I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding the two. I'm currently a developer with Project Brutality, or, well, I'm kind of an intern. I do like shell fixes, I do aesthetic fixes, stuff like that. But yeah, I found Project Brutality, and so I've kind of been, I grew up in Doom's, you know, best time, when it was literally at its prime. I remember Skulltag, I remember some of the online multiplayer stuff. I mean, speaking fondly of it, yeah, it was a big part of my life. It was a big part of my gaming life. So anyway, you know what? I think I'm gonna get us through this level, and we'll call it a video. I know I said I was gonna end it on this, but we're at a good point where let's just see if we can survive this, and then once we get through this, we'll move on, and we'll see each other again sometime soon. So, I gotta deal with the elephant in the room. We got Doom Eternal coming out this year, and I have to say there was some major blunders that Bethesda has faced over. Oh boy, this part. There has been some major blunders on Bethesda's part. I mean, just the whole issue with Fallout 76, and just the customers were super disappointed in it. You know, from what I've seen of Doom Eternal, it looks very promising. They've done a lot to really make a story beyond what Doom originally kind of had. They've added so much to the lore just in Doom 2016 that, you know, I know there's some people that didn't like it, there are some people that did. I personally actually enjoyed Doom 2016. I did take some issue with, there was a lot of stuff that, you know, seemed inspired from some of the modding community. There wasn't really as much of a shout out to those kind of people. But all in all, it made for a really good, more story-driven ROM in the Doom universe, and I quite frankly enjoyed it. So, to that end, I have to say I am looking forward to Doom Eternal. I'm expectant. But let's face it, Bethesda has a record that they're not known to be the most wonderful crew when it comes to customer service, but I'm hopeful. I'm willing to give them a chance and see what they can do with it, because I was actually quite impressed with the new Doom. But that's just me. I know that I don't voice everybody's opinion, but I personally, quite frankly, enjoyed it. So yeah. So this is the secret level of episode 1. I do have a key. Okay. So anyway, man, just leveled those guys. And this level is just mean. They sick you with all kinds of shotgunners and clusters of enemies that, my goodness, that's brutal. Okay, I got a red key, so let's figure out where this red key goes. Where do you go? Not there. We know that. There's a red key down that other way. Let's go figure that out, figure out what's down here. Now there is one portion of this level. You can hear my dry firing that I built into it. Man, I'm so used to just primary firing it away. Okay, there is some major issue with this portion right here. Yeah, you want to talk about problematic, let's deal with it here. Okay, that actually went a lot smoother than I expected. Because usually that part is a royal nightmare. Man, this thing can level fields of enemies really quick. So, like I said, so little backstory on this gun. Might as well keep the conversation rolling. This project literally started out as a sprite that looked like a bottle, a white bottle with black outlines. And I spent almost 16 hours through the period of a couple days working this sprite, drawing this sprite. Finally, within, I don't know, it was like 7 or 8 versions later, I was able to finally get, you know, a final version that I was satisfied with. So, I also want to give a massive shout out to a user on the PB Dev Discord. His name is R3W. That man can sprite. So when I made this mod, I shot him my sprites, you know, showing him, hey, look what I made. And he sent back a, this thing is a pain in the butt. He shot back another sprite of the same sprite, but shaded. So all the shading, all the gradual kind of shading that you have on this firearm was done by him. And then I also was trying to figure out, you know, okay, I'm not going to bother with the chainsaw, I already got it. So I asked him, okay, so what about firing frames? I would really love them to look beefier, I need some smoke, that kind of stuff. And he's like, well, let me work on that for you. And sure enough, about an hour later, he sends me back this awesome looking, I better be careful, I'm going to pass away here. He sends me this just top notch, these fire sprites. I mean, they've got kind of a little bit of smoke. It's really hard to see with how fast they flash, but the firing frames are detailed and beautiful, and altogether without him, this sprite wouldn't have looked as good as it did. But anyway, you know, this project took me an upward of 30 hours. You add the 2 from last night. I added this, you know, one-shot reload. It took me 32 hours to get this whole thing figured out. It was a real work, and I'm really satisfied with how it turned out. Anyway, we're just about to hit this exit switch, and this is the last level I'm going to be playing today. I'm going to slap this switch. I'm going to get us to the next level. I'm going to save, and I will be bidding you all adieu. If you want to check back here on my channel regularly, both on Duke Space Marine and on my dual channel, where both of my aliases are, you'll see announcements, you'll see updates, you'll see that kind of stuff. Come back for more. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and I look forward to hanging out with you guys on the community more. You guys want to have a discussion in the comments, let me know. Speaking of comments, if you have any hypothetical reason of why a chainsaw was on Mars back when you were a kid playing this game, and it just came to you like, why, and then you started thinking about it, shoot that down in the comments. I want to hear what your guys' imagination did. I talked a little bit about strategy. Shoot it down in the comments. What's your guys' strategy when you guys go out and go through levels? Talked about secrets. What was the hardest secret you've ever found? Or, you know, yeah, I want this to be a dialogue. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day. I'm going to be taking off, and I will be talking to you later.